Our first reading this morning is from the book of Esther, chapter 7 and chapter 9. Ahasuerus and Haman arrived at Esther's banquet. The next day, as they were drinking their wine, Ahasuerus said, "What do you desire, Esther? Anything you say will be given to you." Esther replied, "My sovereign, if I have found favor in your eyes, and if it be your wish, I ask you to spare my life and the lives of my people. That is what I desire most. For we, my people and I, have been condemned to be destroyed, slain, and turned into chattel, ourselves and our children. Had you merely intended to make us slaves, I would have said nothing. All this has been told to me by a reliable source. Our enemy brings shame upon the imperial court." Ahasuerus said, "Who is this person who would dare to do such a thing?" Esther replied, "Our enemy is this scoundrel Haman." Haman was terrified and shrank in the presence of Ahasuerus and Esther. Then Harbona, one of the eunuchs, said, "I have seen it myself. Haman has prepared gallows for Mordecai, the very person who gave you true information. The gallows stands in front of Haman's house and is 75 feet high." Ahasuerus declared, "That is where Haman will hang." So Haman was hung on the gallows that he had built for Mordecai. Only then was Ahasuerus' anger abated. Mordecai wrote down all these things in a scroll and sent copies to all the Jewish communities throughout the empire of Ahasuerus, both far and near, telling them that they should keep the 14th and 15th day of Adar, the days that they vanquished their enemies. They were to commemorate the entire month of Adar, for it was in that month when their lot had been changed from sorrow to joy. They were told to observe these days with celebrations and feasts, giving gifts of food to friends and to the poor. Our second reading is a poem by our own Bennett, Minister Bennett, "Like the Evening Fog." Before I read it, I want to say, poet to poet, that I, too, am a big fan of the 14th century Persian poet Hafiz, who was a Sufi Muslim, and a wonderful gift to humanity for all the centuries since. And what Lauren has done with a lovely shorter poem by him is just really magnificent. We are so blessed to be able to read this poem of her and reflecting life today in a way that Hafiz was trying to do, all those hundreds of years ago. Like the evening fog. Like the evening fog, if you bring good vibes to the nighttime streets, a multitude of petals will bloom and kindness repeat. Go forward and make advances down this road of needles, loneliness, and demand. In forward motion, the pain is great, yet greater is grace. To listen to the houseless, to attune to the feeling, is to share in great love. If you practice this, soon you will be converting dust into gold. O heart, if only once you experience the light of purity, of love, of joy, let it be late at night when loneliness pervades and needs are known in the morrow. Like a flickering candle, you can abandon the life you live in your head, the life of judgment and remorse. Replace it with the questions of curiosity, the desire to connect with the mystery. But if you are still yearning for cheap grace, easy answers, and half-truths, don't go out looking for an enlightened job or take on the streets. The streets are where the mystery of life is most profoundly questioned, where opportunity lies with deceit, where love eats with hate, where life breeds with death, where dust becomes beings. Child, if you are listening to this wise advice, the road of love and its enrichment are under the streetlights or in the darkness of the night. Let the night be your guide. Lean into its light. Learn its ways. Then you will find peace in the day and hope in the midnight hour.